Okay, yeah, Crystal, I've excuse me, I've got you up right here. Um, oh, right here. Okay, so let's start with your trade show. The way that this is turning out, I'm fine with it. I remember last or 2 weeks ago, I was saying this isn't a trade show booth; it's a table um, with a informational like graphics wall. And the more I think about it, this is actually a really a great idea because. But what I want you to remember about a trade show booth is this. Yes, you have your table over here. Is your presenter over here, though typically your presenter at a trade show booth is standing up and typically behind some sort of podium. And that signifies that that person can answer questions or give information or possibly distribute handouts. And I think that's a really important thing to show here in your. The table is great. Maybe you can move the graphic over here behind the table because if you can I'm try to figure out and put a podium over here or something where you can put one of your models behind the podium as to access a spokesperson. Good idea, wonderful thinking with your two color print. My concern is this green here, I don't think is a shade of this green here. I think you have two different greens going on. Otherwise, this would actually be a solid two color print, meaning you would have black, your darker green, and then your lighter shade of green. So make sure those are the same green. I don't think they are. Over here in your typography, I'm going to suggest a couple of things, okay? I'm going to suggest that you do this. You can reduce the size of your graphics, but what I would do is this, is I would try to fit this type right here and this type right here, as well as these two are all center aligned. If you left align these rag right, this thing is going to come together solid. I promise you that. Also, don't use these green to highlight words. It's not necessary. There's not enough verbiage here that you have to highlight anything. It's not that much to have to read. So I would say, maybe, either black or green. You could effectively make this a one color print job by printing your type in green. I don't see why you can't do that. So that would take this thing over to the top from a two color job to a one color print job. And you could certainly highlight that in your print materials. I think that's a really huge opportunity for you. You know what you can do with this right here? You take your graphic, take a photoshopping, you take find an image of a wood palette wall. I can't imagine where it would be too difficult to find some sort of a wood pattern wall that you can take this in Photoshop and put it on the wall and do a great, what the heck is it called? Not adjustment layers, blending modes, I'm sorry. Check your blending modes, do some sort of overlay or something in your Photoshop blending modes. You could also do a displacement map. That's called displacement map, and you can just Google how to do a displacement map in Photoshop, and that will really take this thing over the top, so you can absolutely tell that this is on a wood palette board. Materials. This is good explaining your materials. I think it's pretty brief. You don't forget you got your chairs, you got your tables. These apparently are iPads or some sort of brochures, so make sure you cover those. Your podium also. I would like you to take your booth materials, and I would like you to on each of your materials, you have your summary of materials up here where you're describing, okay? What I would like you to do right down here, just like in a like a sidebar type thing, is just say, okay, this is exactly what my materials. You say repurposed wood from shipping pallets, and that's great. You don't have to, of course, you don't have to describe that. Hand painted by volunteers at the information transferred by wood using recycled printing paper. Though that's pretty good. I mean, you could describe where you got the recycled paper, what percentage of post-consumer paper it is. And then you're saying that they're going to print recycled paper and then printing on the back side of it and using water to transfer it. I don't know of such a process. I mean, there's plenty of eco-friendly pastes that you could use to paste your graphic to the wall. I don't know what water transfer is. Next page, please. Okay, this is phenomenal. I love this. I just love this. This is the best rendition of this eco flash drive I've ever seen. It's just wonderful. You should be very, very proud of what you've done here. Again, though, mold from seed paper pulp. I don't know what that means. Seed paper, excuse me. Excuse me, I was just done playing with my dog. Sorry about that. Whoa. Okay. Anyways, I'm not real sure what seed paper is. I mean, well, I do know what seed paper is. Seed paper is paper that's embedded with seeds. It's a biodegradable, compost-friendly paper that is embedded with seeds that you can just put right in the ground. I'm a little concerned about putting this right in the ground. Now, you can say that the consumer or the user can peel off the toxic part, the tin and gold and resin and all the electronics. Just clip that right out and plant this, if this would be seed paper. So when they're done, this whole thing can be planted and it will grow. But you have to describe that. Then down here, remember what I said, this area down here, describe the seed paper. Where do you get it? Up here, describe exactly what is going on with your seed paper, where the consumer, the user can tear the electronics out and plant the paper. This is your weak link right here. This is just not well planned. It's got such a wonderful presentation going on. And then you have this, and this is just a handout, and you have some facts, and it just doesn't serve any purpose. It really doesn't. I don't like Acrobat anymore. I used to. So this is, well, here we go. I got to zoom in again. So let's see how fun this is. Green Accords, nonprofit. Okay, good. And then, okay, 15%. Flyers made with 100% post-consumer can be used to plant wildflowers. Okay, why though? This doesn't make any sense. You're saying that this is get 15% off parking by turning in this flyer, but then you're saying the flyer is made that I can plant the flyer. So what is it going to be? I mean, you're definitely thinking sustainability. Either have them turn it in so that the trade show can reuse it, or have them keep it so that they can plant it. However, if you're going to have them keep it, give them a purpose. My idea is this. Let's take this flyer and let's do this. Let's take the bottom of it, perf it, and self-address it and make it a donation card so that you can do this. So you've got the top of the card is your seed paper, where you can go ahead and take that home, tear it out, plant it, and it'll grow. In the bottom, you tear out the perforation, and that's your information where you can mail in your charitable donations. Okay, so that would at least give the flyer a purpose. Okay, and it looks like, you know what, this reminds me so much of design school. It really does. On my paper, and this just brought back such wonderful memories when I opened this and saw your scissors and all your crafts and your scrap paper and boy, wow. So anyways, this was wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Anyways, that's where I'm at. I think you're doing wonderful work. So get with me if you have any questions. Great job. Thank you.